Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Crusader Kings 2, Warhammer Edition. And we are back in episode 2 of our Kislev campaign. The lords and ladies of the Realm of the Bears have finally woken from their slumber and look to retake all of the Tzardom of Kislev. A great civil war once ravaged the Tzardom and broke it up into various petty kingdoms that now fancy themselves kings and queens of the realm. Ooh, wow, the Ungles have got a lot of territory. 4,000 soldiers, then you've got the Dukilis, the Duck Hills? The Duck Hills. Yeah, the Duck Hills. And they only have 2,000 men, are led by a boy for the time being. The Linsk are led by High Chief Lamitri, who has 1,050 men. Ooh, he's got territory that spans across the mountains. I don't like that. Alright, let's see. Go here to the Kingdom of Volkova and the Tzardom of Kislev. So yeah, we're going to have to take the Linsk. In the loading screen, it stated that the Linsk were, I guess, the last bastion of civilization, like the true border of the north. Once you get past the Linsk, then you truly are in the lands of the uncivilized. The Ungles seem to be, what are they? They seem to, I mean, they have Khan kings, so it's kind of which my sister is married to them. I see, so we have a non-aggression pact. Ah, so apparently, before I started playing, the Tsars and Tsarinas of Kislev have been kind of allying with the, pardon me for hitting the mic, have been sort of, how do you say it, complacent? They've been kind of appeasing the northern Khans, which is not good. We need to change that right away. Then we got Vitsi here, which is led by Voivodi. Follower of Ursun, father of bears and ruler of the Northern Pantheon. I see. And that removes intrigue. Okay. So, I mean, there's a lot of different smaller groups, all pretty much vying for control. How many troops do we have? 6,000. So, of all the forces here in the north so far, we seem to have the most. Erengrad has got 1,000, so they'll be easy to conquer. It's just we can't do it until we have. Yeah, we lose 50 piety. De jure claim. Oh, we could do de jure claims, but that would cause a. That would cause a truce, which would make it impossible to attack them later on. I think the truce system still works the same way as it did before. Then we have Zaya, who have 3,000 men. So they actually have a decent amount of soldiers right here. The Ungles have, how much do they have? 4,000. The Duck Hills have 2,000. Who are these? These guys have got 2,000. I don't know what group is. Oh, this group looks like they're being conquered too. Defending against Khan King Uleka. Also, the Ungles are spreading in their territory too. So the smallest groups right now seem to be Erengrad and Vitsi? Yeah, these two. So we're going to have to swallow them up piecemeal because, yeah, we'll have to swallow them up one at a time in order to take their strength as our own. I see. The Zupa. De jure claim. The Zupa of Crags of Shargon is de jure vassal, which is cause enough to go to war. Zarina gains the Zupa of Crags of something. We just get the territory, or yeah, I think so. And then we form a truce or something. This shit is all very new to me. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, and I can create duchies. Before I do that, I want to see how my vassals feel about me. Do they overall like me? Pasty Van Hakila, yeah, I know that's not how you pronounce her name, but I thought it'd be funny if I did. She's zealous, and she's a worshiper of the northern gods. Hold on a second. The northern gods are a loose collection of deities, minor spirits, and other beings that were widely worshipped among the nomadic tribes of what would become known as Kislev and the Chaos Wastes. As the realm of chaos expanded and the Kurgan turned to worshipping crueler gods, the Ungol and Gospodor tribe migrated south and settled in Kislev, bringing with them the worship of Ursun, Daz, and Tor. And this is our religion. The Kislevites worship a variety of gods. The highest of them is Ursun, the father of bears. Bears are especially sacred to the Kislevites, and they are forbidden to hunt them during winter. Ursun has no temples or established priesthood. Instead, he is worshipped in small natural groves in each city or remote caves in the wild tundras of Kislev. A common offering to Ursun consists of placing meat on the front of someone's door, which is actually kind of cool if you think about it. Generosity as a form of worship. So I'm guessing the northern gods, the worshippers of the northern gods disagree with us in that they think that all the northern gods should be equally worshipped. And this is me speculating, I don't actually know, but I'm going to assume that they want all of their deities to be worshipped equally. Whereas the Kislevites, or otherwise known, or they're the Ursunites, they worship the Ursun highest above all of them. And that might be considered sacrilege amongst the worshippers of all the northern gods. It's little details like that permeates the human species. Like we find all sorts of reasons to kill each other as minute as that. So I'm just kind of looking through, and it seems a lot of these groups up here, with the exception of the Duck Hills, and you know what I can do? I can actually look up religion. Where's religion? There we go. So we can see directly above us, we're all Ursunite. At least, I think so. Do we have sections of our territory that's Orican? If that's the case, we have to fix that immediately. Northern gods have a pretty good stronghold, and then north of them is the Norscan tribes. The Norscan tribes worship. The Norscan gods are as harsh and unforgiving as the land itself. In the superstitious beliefs of the Norscans, there are a vast multitude of gods and spirits that must be appeased to ward off disaster, leading to an endless array of rites, sacrifices, charms, and prayers. Many of these spirits are daemons or the ruinous power themselves, happily accepting the worship directed their way, though there are also plenty of benign subjects of worship. Some gods from the south are also worshipped, such as Ursun, Ulrich, and Tal, but others are derided as soft and weak. So the Norscan religion is not as harsh as you'd think it would be. This is an interesting mixing pot in a way. The northern gods seem to be the overall general pantheon. The further south you go, the more they worship the bear. The further north you go, the more they worship benign and evil deities, pretty much, whatever they need to survive. If you go northern than that, you're going to hit the more crazy shit. You're going to hit oh, well, that's still Norse. Oh, it says Cornate, though. So does he rule over people that are Cornate, but he himself are Norscan tribes, or is it not? I'm not really sure how that works. Oh, geez. That looks scary. Give me a section that actually says Cornate. Ah, there it is. Cornate. Khorne, the blood god, lord of skulls and the master of bloodshed, violence and mindless destruction, and patron of warriors, murderers, and psychopaths. Every life taken in anger pleases Khorne, and the greater the challenge involved, the better. Khorne's champions become blood-soaked berserkers, festooned with skulls taken from their favorite conquest and trembling with barely suppressed rage at the universe. Khorne's hatred of Slaanesh stems from his love of destroying all that is refined, leaving nothing for indulgence. That sounds fucking crazy. And I'm guessing Chaos Undivided is the overall umbrella pantheon, where you worship all of them equally, instead of just one or the other. The forces of Chaos, often called the Ruinous Powers, the primordial annihilator of the great enemy, exist in a demonic realm beyond our own, ruled over by 4 powerful and terrifying gods: Khorne, the Blood God; Tzeentch, the Changer of Ways; Slaanesh, Prince of Pleasure; and Nurgle, the Plague Lord. Many minor chaos gods may or may not exist, and the 4 go by many names and are worshipped in many guises. Chaos is naturally divided against itself, and the 4 gods war against each other incessantly, uniting only to plot the doom of the mortal world, yet the four gods of chaos are often worshipped as one, be it as a single being or as a pantheon of multiple gods. Of all the followers of chaos, those who tread the path of chaos undivided worship chaos in its purest form. So, strangely enough, it says chaos undivided, but one could actually make the argument that the worshippers of chaos undivided are actually almost heretical, because they don't worship any one particular... Well, they can, but they worship the essence of chaos itself, not necessarily the deities, which, in my honest opinion, if I were a chaos deity, I would view that as heretical. Because if I were Khorne, or if I were Nurgle, or Slaanesh, or Tzeentch, I would be pretty pissed. I'd be like, hey, stop sitting on the fence and pick a damn side already. Yes, Slaaneshi over here. Slaanesh is the Prince of Pleasure, embodying pleasure, decadence, pride, perfectionism, and creativity. Slaanesh's followers live only to glorify the Dark Master through ever-increasing displays of excess and vanity, taking part in feasts and orgies of legendary proportions, creating soul-achingly beautiful works of art, or pursuing some unreachable ideal in skill or aesthetics. They should not be taken for softness, however, as Slaanesh enjoys blessing the faithful with impossible gifts of mind and body. Slaanesh's inward-focused pride and decadence makes them the unconditional enemy of Khorne. Well, I mean, I think all that's interesting, but I'm sure you guys aren't watching me just so I can fucking read the descriptions of all the different gods. So, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out if we in fact have... What the hell am I trying to say? If we have, in the Tzardom... Oh, we do. We have foreign religions invading the mainland of Kislev. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The people worship the wolf when they should be worshiping the bear. This displeases me. Improve religious religions. Proselytize. Yes, begin proselytizing. We'll need to regain control of the religion of... The people's religion is beginning to sway, and we can't allow that to happen. So, we're going to go ahead, turn time on, have our priests get to work trying to turn the people... Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna burp again. Let's see, when can I end this Nacgaheim? God damn it. I'm assuming Nacgaheim is probably... has something to do with night, so maybe it's in the winter time. Where before this month it said Sommerzeit, or summertime, so... We'll see. We'll see how this all pans out. I'm not really sure. I might have to do some research to figure out what the fuck the calendar is. But the good thing is that a lot of people in our court and a lot of our vassals really, really like us. And that's really important. See, expel witchcraft. Nope, not going to do that. Invite priest to court. We will hold off on that. We have soldiers. And we need piety if we're going to invade these people. But what are they attacking? Okay, they're little claim wars. I want to use this, claim Erengrad, because they are a part of Kislev, and they are a powerful port. They're a powerful port that we need to take. What is this? Where did this group come from? Uchka of Ungol Revolt, and they are attacking Khan King Elika the Drunkard. Who is Khan King Elika? Well, it's not you. Is it you? Oh, yeah, the leader of the Ungols. It seems his shit is fracturing. He's got 3,000 men. They've got 900. Can we attack these guys? Uchva is currently revolting against his liege. If that conflict ends, our war will end too. The forces of the liege and any other revolters... The forces of the Liege and any other revolters will be hostile to our armies. Well, that might be true. Who has favor right now? 23% in favor. What we could do is we could march our armies in during this little revolt that the Khan King is... Well, here's the problem. If we do that, my sister... is actually married to him, and we have a non-aggression pact, so I think it might be seen... Well, first of all, he can simply just behead my sister, which, you know, she doesn't like me, she's an adulteress, I don't really see there being much of a loss of her dying, unfortunately. Oh, apparently House of Boca is just some snowflakes. Okay. We need to come up with a cool house name. Like, House Boca is not what I think of as a really cool name. So leave suggestions in the comment section below. If you're part of the War Council, please go ahead and give your king advice. In this instance, your Czarina advice on what to name the kingdom to command respect. That's what we need. We need a house name that commands respect, and in all honesty, that sigil is kind of lackluster. So we'll have to find a better one. These are titles I can create. Would it be worthwhile to create these titles though? The Duchy of Joeblivion. I mean, we could create it, but I kind of don't want to spend my gold. Not until we have 1,000, so we'll hold off on that. But I'm thinking about marching our troops in here, and but it would make my sister potentially. Jesus Christ, we have a lot of non-aggression packs. Who is this? Your friend. Okay, Khan King. Marshall, he's there. Okay, she is there. Excellent. This is my spouse. And we are, for some reason, in a non-aggression pact with the Ungles. Which to me is kind of silly, because they're being... Can I end? Break non-aggression pact. You do not have enough prestige. I don't know if this is going to be a colossal failure, but I really do think if we raise our armies, we might be able to claim Staslav in this little war here. But if the war between these two ends, we'll be at war with the Ungles, and they'll hate us, and they might execute my sister because of it. Shit. Let's hold off. Let's hold off on that, because we're getting enough piety to eventually claim Erengrad. Yeah, and that's really what I want to claim first. Because I think that's the only thing holding us back, is we don't have enough piety, which is kind of weird that we need piety to be able to do that. Kind of strange. And I don't really know how to get piety other than to build churches. City, Shrine of Borokovo, build the new holding would be 800. That's way too much money. Shit. Okay, I guess we can just look at status of women. Medieval societies usually function under a patriarchal social structure where women are kept from positions of power and influence. A ruler can alter the state of affairs by issuing decrees that give women increased access to higher positions of society. Yeah, but explain to me what that does. What does that do? Restrictions on female power have been officially repealed. All career paths are open for prominent women. Women have been granted official power and allowed to hold public office. Affects women are no longer allowed to hold the office of marshal. Revoke allowing change of gender preferences. Oh, shit. Sylvania. Fucking vampires. That's really concerning. I'm going to pause this shit for a second. Yeah, Grand Count Vlad of Sylvania has just gobbled up our southern ally and is now on our borders. And he leads an enormous host. Urban feudalism vassal. Yeah, fucking great. Old World Defensive Pact against Sylvania. Members Hierarch Emil, Grandmaster Emmanuel of the Holy Order of the Horned Rat Defensive Pact. I see. Dark Pantheon Pact. Can we join any of these pacts? I kind of would like an ally or two. Maybe we could, because of the growing storm, maybe we should ally? No, okay, so he intends to attack us. That's kind of bullshit. We have 6,000. I don't know if we can stop the vampires if they decide to invade us. Truce with Princess Ottilia. He's got lots of packs. He hasn't quite declared where he's going to go next. That's alarming, because we're a nice big fat chunk of land that he would easily be able to roll over. Your spy master has secluded himself in Belleville. That's also another weird thing, is I've got people who just kind of spontaneously sequester themselves away. I'm not sure what the deal is. I don't see any illness or anything. Surely there's epidemics. Yeah, see, like, what the fuck is going on? Weird. Very weird. Ostland's growing. What is this? Imperial Westerland? Imperial Westerland. Imperial Middenland. Altdorf. Would the Emperor like to ally? We can't. Alright, apparently alliances are not quite as, what the fuck is this? What? What the fuck? Chosen of Sinch. What is going on? He's a minor mutant. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, as much as I want to expand, I'm kind of scared of the fucking vampires. I mean, what can we even do? It's not like we can assassinate, you know, Grand Count Vlad. Challenge to a duel. Hunt down. Some creatures must just be hunted down in their dark lair and slaughtered for the fiends that they are. Picking this plot will give a few months before starting an event chain to try and destroy Vlad, either by funding an expedition or by going yourself. Be sure to be ready before taking this option. Would that even be worthwhile? I mean, his heir is kind of weak. Duke Fritz of Brackland. And maybe you could hunt down and kill Isabella. God damn, there's no chance. There's no chance. One of these must be true. All the following must be true. Oh, okay. Shit, I don't, Yeah, challenging to a duel might be a little too dangerous. He only has a personal skill of 4, though. Zarina's skill is non-existent. He doesn't have a dual skill. Okay, well, whew. Getting kind of hot in here, guys. Well, my war council is definitely going to have their work cut out for them because you guys need to formulate a defense plan. I don't know how to stop these guys. Do we really need an heir? Well, it's not like I can. It's not like I can stop it now. Maybe I can do more carousing. That surely that will make things better. We'll just carouse. We'll just party. Yeah, but that's so dangerous, though. If we have people who are temperate, it can be quite bad. But you know what? We will try it. We'll try it. Surely, my friend... Well, she's a drunkard, so she'll naturally want to come carouse. Or maybe she won't. Maybe she can't. Will this guy want to come carousing? I mean, is he temperate? He's not temperate. Maybe he'll want to come carousing because he looks kind of stressed out. Maybe he'll want to. We'll invite his wife as well. You are not temperate, so we will not invite you because we can't. And we're not going to invite her because she absolutely hates us. Would you like to come? No, you can't. You can't. It looks like a lot of my vassals aren't able to actually come carousing, which is kind of shit. And he's temperate, so he's not going to want to come carousing at all. But we'll invite his wife because we're weird like that, and we just, you know, that's what we do. Let's... Oh, can't invite this guy. I really wish there was an easier way of doing this. Trying to figure out who we can and cannot invite. This is my mother. We'll invite her. Who else? Temperate. I don't know. Yeah, let's just roll with that. Without an option to just send invites to everybody, this is kind of hard to do. Carousing becomes kind of difficult. Unfortunately. Please tell me some powerful... He's got a lot of defensive pacts against him. How do we form a defensive pact? Alright, well, yeah, some people are going to refuse to come, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter. What matters is that I am partying, and I am getting better at diplomacy. Serena doesn't look that bad as at the age of 30. However, maybe it's because her hair's covering her face. Let's go for the long braid. Actually, no, that reveals the wrinkles on her forehead. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's a decent hairstyle. You can definitely tell I have my priorities in order. definitely have my priorities in order here. Let's just stick with this one. All right, at least we got a decent amount of gold. That is actually more than decent. That's a lot of gold coming in. And we're going to get even more gold because now, despite how laggy the game is, we're going to make war on Erengrad. And the council is 100% in favor except for Boyar Rawa, who doesn't like me. And that's because he's a bastard. So we're going to declare war. And we're going to muster all the men. All of the men. Every last one of them. And we're going to... Here's something that's really interesting that I'm now seeing. When I raise my levies, they all start off with 100% morale. But when I raise the levies of my vassals, their morale is lower. So maybe it has something to do with the fact that the levies of my vassals are not fighting for their direct vassals. They're more just kind of fighting for the kingdom, right? So they're not fighting for their lord, whom they might have personal relationships with. They're fighting for their king, king or queen, or in this case, Czarina, of which they might never even see. And so I can imagine that's why their morale is lower. But my levies are from lords who actually I interact with, so they know their queen. Let's go ahead and march them all to Zabao, and then we'll march into Erengrad and destroy them. I'm wondering if the armies are going to travel as slow as they do in Elder Kings, or if they're going to be like Game of Thrones. What the fuck is that? Zedefkin Goblin Horde. That's fucking scary. What do you mean Goblin Horde? Misguided Warrior. Goblin, or Gabos, Lore Adawa. Don't challenge. Yep. Prefers Mork. The Greenskins thinks that Mork is the best of the twin gods because he's brutally cunning. Opposite trait, they don't like that. He's just a horde. He's just a warband. Greenskin groups like to call themselves in many flashy ways tribes. Wait. Greenskin groups like to call themselves, warbands. In the end, they are all amount to the same, a group of warlike individuals kept together by the biggest and strongest greenskin specimen around, who will often get his position challenged and himself killed if not strong enough to defend it. Greenskins don't have a concept of law beyond strength and thus ignore the de jure laws of any realm. They can also freely revoke the titles of any non-greenskin vassal. Holy crap, that makes me want to play as some kind of goblin or orc faction, because I'm all about that rule about, rule through strength. If you're not strong enough to hold your position, you don't deserve it. Man. So, I mean, maybe in the future, if we can, somehow be successful with Kislev, or maybe we'll get destroyed. Maybe we'll get swallowed by the vampire hordes. And we got more guys who are hiding in their courts. Why? It says he's ill. Oh, because he has the flu? I see. Interesting. We'll auto-assign commanders because I won't have to go through this shit all the time. Let's assign you to be a commander, and we're going to put this away. And we're going to have our armies here. And as I was saying, maybe Kislev will be successful, and we will take back the Tzardom, and we will invade the Northlands and bring civilization to the barbaric tribes there. Or maybe we'll get swallowed up and destroyed by the vampires. Possible. Absolutely possible. But regardless, in the end, we win, because either I continue playing as the glorious Kislevians, the Kislevites, I think they're called, or we can play as like a crazy orc tribe that just wants to conquer everybody. Unfortunate circumstances have forced me to cancel the Battle Crossing. Oh well, that's fine. War doesn't wait. And if we do play as an orc horde, then we can just play North Korea mode, and I can just be absolutely brutal to all my vassals, in theory, because I can just duel them and kill them. Of course, I have to have a really good duel skill, though, I think. Personal duel skill. All right, we're marching on Erengrad, and unfortunately, I hate to say it, but we have to end the episode here. I am recording in smaller increments today, only about half an hour. That's just because of time constraints. This isn't permanent. I do intend to go back to the hour length in the next episode, but just for today, we have a shorter than average episode, and we're going to have to leave it here with the great host of Tzarina Tetiana of the Kislevites marching into Erengrad to reinstitute control of Kislev over the port of Erengrad, and punishing them for revolting against their liege so many decades ago. But all of that will have to take place in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this series, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like, leave a comment if you're part of my War Council. Figure out some kind of defensive plan to protect the kingdom from the vampire hordes. This has been Crusader Kings 2 Warhammer Edition. I have been the Golden Joeblivion. And until next time, see you guys later.